Hey everybody, the name's Rigged Up, and today we are looking at Infernal versus Ocean Drake team, heading on to the Rift in Day 2 in a 3-part series. This is Game 2, Infernal knocking down the door of Ocean. Ocean actually having a couple of good showings here, let's see here. And stayed in the game much longer than I would have expected. Ocean looking like the weakest squad on the Rift, but here we go. How did these teams sort of fluctuate? And there's the quality of this video there rather than it grading out. But how did they flip things here? It looks like Ocean has a bit more well-informed composition, I would say. The last one with the Zin, Poppy, LeBlanc, it just didn't really take hold. And Jurassic and Diamond getting really smacked hard by in bottom lane by the Ezreal. I mean, the kill count didn't match for it, but it just, what I'm really trying to get to, I suppose, is that I'm not seeing that big all-star player on the side of Ocean. Infernal, though, we've seen Misty Stumpy keep coming back and chopping away his multiple champions that he's showing he is quite good at. Tactical, being very aggressive on, I mean, even Ezreal, who we've seen typically has this notion behind him that he's gotta farm slow, just go for the mid-late game, let your tiers stack up. But we already see them positioning in front of the wave there just a little bit, trying to gain control of that situation. And we got Duo King back on Soraka work. It's working fine. They're living it up. I mean, Ocean admittedly did mildly well against it. They were able to sort of figure out, I mean, like anybody else, focus Soraka, get rid of her, and then try and slice down through the rest of the team. But I still gotta give it to Infernal, though, for really pushing the progress of the game forward for the majority of it in Game 1. They continue to make plays and do counter plays to whatever Ocean has been doing. Block it and stun up there for a second. There was a drag, though, at the end, so that might be something that Ocean can work on, because there was that... The game looked like it was slowly and may have gone in favor of Ocean, but team composition sort of answered that call and dealt with that firsthand. Just because as that game went on, Infernal's composition was going to outscale him. Simple as that. Really like what Strumpus is doing here. Not afraid to just pop in, do some damage. Trying to get that lane control, especially with Zin sort of invading right now. I mean, looks like both junglers just trading sides of the map. I'm not sure who actually got those Krugs. It looks like Nocturne may have gotten that on the top side, just based on the farm numbers here. Strap is continuing to just drop that ethereal chain, throwing auto attacks onto Julian. Shown that he came to play, trying to maybe get himself on the LCS stage here. Duo King a little awkwardly under the turret. Alistair's going to be engaging. Ignite is dropped, and Sivir actually getting the first kill here. And Tactical getting stunned up there, and that's a double kill going for the side of Ocean. I mean, kill for Alistair and kill for Sivir, so that was a very awkward dive there by Infernal. I mean, it was a 3v2, and flipping the script here just a little bit. Usually we keep seeing Metaphor on the side of Ocean continuously going and creating this 3v2 situation that gets reacted beautifully by Infernal, but this time Infernal really flubbed the dive. Soraka in a very awkward position, not giving her a lot of movement as she was almost under and in that little corridor beside the turret, and just barely there, trying to get out a skill or something, but it just did not work. Ooh, nice knockup by Misty Stumpy to prevent the hook shot from landing from the Camille. Really nice stuff here. So pressure in favor. I mean, the farm lead still in Ezreal, so I imagine Tactical and Duo King still going to be playing aggressively against the Sivir, although they handed over a little bit more gold. Julian getting away from that. LeBlanc does not want to deal with that. Question is Strumpus going to come online this time around on the LeBlanc? Julian, on his performance on the LeBlanc and several of his games, hasn't really turned on so far. I mean, Lysandra, I think a champion that he's a bit more comfortable with that we've seen on, and actually was denied him the previous game. I think we've seen him on it, and I think he performed mildly well. I mean, not that great, and he's still just not that standout player pointer, that point that Ocean can really play behind and get rolling. But as far as team comps, if we remove the names from either side, just looking down what champions we have rolling here, really Infernal sort of picking up Ocean strategy with that sort of trying to get that lane pressure, a little bit of pick comp. Oh, Camille out on her own though, but it's turning into an offsided. Okay, actually just getting picked off. Infernal not really sure what to do there. Little disjointed situation, and all of a sudden Aetheress going hard on the paint, or well, trying to escape, but Zen floating around as well. That was a really just strange positioning from the side of Ocean there, and that's fine for Aatrox. He'll gladly pick up that kill for himself. And we just always see Tactical just jumping in, jumping hard. And they do have the advantage. Oh, flash out from Julian. Still not level 6, so that's going to be an easy kill secure. Not going to be able to drop the Frozen Tomb just yet. Not sure how close they actually were. A little bit of funny business going on the bottom side. But nice. Forcing the play mid lane. Getting some more kills out on their side. LeBlanc now sitting 2-0. Lysandra slowly going to be falling behind here. LeBlanc, I mean, we've already seen her jump forward against Julian a couple of times. I can only assume that that's going to keep happening this game here, and LeBlanc is going to be a monstrosity going in. And although, as we were saying, Infernal going for more of a lane dominant early game kind of pressure thing coming out from the LeBlanc, Aatrox, Zen trying to get that early game. I mean, curve into Ezreal scaling up with his tier. Seems to be working out for him pretty good so far. Ocean, though, they do have a bit more of a straightforward teamfight composition. Easy battle lines to define. They have a decent engage, and we see Metaphor up to his old tricks of going bottom lane and creating that 3v1. Not caught out by a ward this time, and he's not level 6 just yet. I think he should really be trying to hit that as quickly as possible. Got a couple of camps out on the field. Not there for your buffs. That is a little irking to see when you're so dependent on being level 6. And Julian ducking out of the 2v1 again, just barely. But able to survive, although his flash is down. He does have the Frozen Tomb, and he didn't drop that just yet. So we'll able to provide maybe some protection for Nocturne here. And do catch him out in the jungle. Stromp is going over the wall, just gonna lock up Julian, aware of the Frozen Tomb that could do quite a bit of work against LeBlanc. And actually, there's the Frozen Tomb. Julian actually quite low, gonna claw away for now. Stromp is not gonna go in as of yet. Probably waiting for that cooldown. And Julian up a little bit far, it feels, just barely able to dodge the Ethereal Chains. I would just say get out of there, Julian. You gotta sack the farm and stay healthy. You already used Frozen Tomb. You weren't able to take out the LeBlanc. You're not going to be very useful even for a gank yet. Nocturne is level 6, so maybe they're wanting to think about baiting that. That will be nice to see. Nocturne hit level 6. It'll be interesting to see if Metaphor can actually get rolling this time. He's been playing so many of these snowball champions. And here comes Sir Kenji from around the turret. And will he fall? Nope, not yet. And actually able to pick up Camille. I thought that last turret shot was actually going off to hit Sir Kenji there on the backside. But turret aggro traded to net a kill for Aatrox, and the ulti coming up, that passive protecting him. Aatrox just able to get away without any ordeal. So another kill, 3 long swords on the Aatrox right now. Going to be buying 2 Caulfield's hammers. Okay, no, that was just a misclick there. I was like, that's an interesting buy. 2 of those, I think you could invest a little bit better. Ooh, and that's half of your health there after 1 rotation. So not everything entirely out of Ocean Drake's side here. They're able to at least pick up a dragon who's only a cloud. Might help them out earlier on. But as far as farm, I mean, a couple of farm advantages on the side of Ocean, and kills they're down to. and haven't seen any kind of like proactive play just yet. Missing the ethereal chains, jumping in, not going to secure the kill this time around. I want to see this Nocturne hit his ulti here pretty soon. I mean, all these minion waves getting locked in. I would assume that going after Aatrox, you know that his ultimate is down for at least a little bit longer. We saw, you know, Camille take the hit on that. Head top, Hextech Ultimatum mixed in with Nocturne ulti. Oh, Hextech Ultimatum is down right now. Won't be able to follow up with that. And he does have flash, so not a worthwhile investment or worthwhile time to be had there at all, actually. Convince myself the otherwise. But really hoping... Okay, so we do see Nocturne heading towards topside. I mean, Rift Herald is available on the map, so maybe we can see something happen here. Nocturne going for the in-lane gank. Hextech Ultimatum is almost up. Aatrox ulti still a little bit longer away. If they've timed it properly and know maybe the cooldowns on that, they may be able to set something up. And here we go. Camille going in. Hextech Ultimatum not available just yet, but they're going to be going hard regardless onto the Aatrox. Aatrox ulti not up, and Nocturne able to get the kill on there. On the reverse side, though, Infernal acting on their own, trying to make a turret dive happen, but nothing going. And we have Aethers teleporting in. Hookshot is available this time. Is he going to drop it onto the Ezreal? Going to be doing as such. Zen already dying on the backside. Here comes LeBlanc, though, going to try and go for a low-end target. Alistair going to go for the knockup to deny any more aggression here. Diamond having to flash away. Jurassic, though, moving forward. Those targets on Infernal getting pretty low. No more ultimates available on either side right now, so this might just be the end of the fight. Is Camille going to look for something, though? Stromp is getting pretty far forward. Nope, that's just a clone there. So a little bit of action on the bottom side. A lot of summoner spells used. Only person falling there was Zen. But with that all going on, Nocturne actually doing a nice reactive play. Metaphor, good on you, man. Making up for some mishaps earlier on, or maybe mishaps from the previous game or from the series you've played already. Picking up a Rift Herald, so that should be a free turret for them as long as there aren't any misclicks or anything like that. I think it was Sir Kenji maybe on the other side from the previous game. May have been Metaphor, I don't quite readily remember. Someone I think was trying to sweep an area and actually dropped Rift Herald on accident, so as long as we don't see that, there should be another turret on the side, or at least the first turret for Ocean if they play it right here. I think more important to deny it from Infernal more than anything, even if you don't get a decent use at it. Prolong the game a little bit longer. You can rely, you have much better scaling on your side than Infernal does, and considering Infernal had some difficulties on the top side, ooh, what do we got going here? Had some difficulties closing out the game and sort of lost their lack of engagement here. But speaking of engagement, Nocturne going in onto Soraka and just going to easily take her out. Did not have any form of protection, going for a romp around the jungle here. Going to get taken down quite easily. But yeah, I mean, good on Ocean for picking up a kill, getting some gold in their favor. And Rift Herald actually dropped on the bottom side, so as Camille acts as a distraction trying to deal with this, it's a 3v1 situation that she will surely fall at. They're able to get a turret on the bottom side for Ocean, and they might be working their way towards a second tier turret because they have Rift Herald alongside them. That's 3 members. They're going to get a lot of nice damage. I think they should be able to take it. We do have a teleport coming in, though, from Aatrox, so not going to be able to take that just yet, so it's going to be a turret for turret. But that first turret blood gold going onto the side of Ocean, doing wonders for them, I am sure. And Metaphor actually getting rolling here a little bit. He's got 2 kills for himself. I think this is the first time we've seen him maybe come online. Be interested to see how he uses this lead, actually. And Stromp is going really hard in and opting into a 4v1. Will he stay healthy enough from the Soraka? No go. Nocturne actually going to pick up the kill, so more gold over to Metaphor. No member of Ocean falling down just yet. Sir Kenji trying to find something. A lot of members of Ocean going very low. The knockup from Alistair denying pressure, but Diamond falling on the backside. But here's Aethers coming in. Does not have access to ultimate yet. Jurassic, though, picking up a kill on the backside. Nocturne ultimate drops. Finally a vision onto the Soraka. Going to jump for it. Nice target selection there. And Camille going to hookshot over the wall, pick up Ezreal here. So only one member, almost an ace. They're going to be able to put pressure on this turret and likely get it. Aatrox not going to be able to provide anything to sort of prevent that from going on. So really good fight from Ocean. Infernal overextending there just way too much. He almost had it. Misty Stumpy, you're getting close to falling there. Bouncing blades are going to get you if you don't get out of there. So he's going to still trying to collect that farm. That is a scary situation. We have Nocturne here out on his own, and that is shutdown gold. You do not. Uh-oh. LeBlanc is going to see you surely, and that is a bad situation. Camille on the backside, though. Alistair going to be coming in. Nocturne did leave, so Strumpus may not have seen it. Zindo going onto Aetherus. Alistair just going to leave him for dead. So another kill going over to the LeBlanc. Keep feeding her a little bit more, but the composition of Infernal here is slowly kind of falling down a little bit. They, again, don't have that scaling like they did last game around for themselves between the Aurelia, who was just absolutely massacring everyone, and able to just, well, I think at one point was 3v1ing the side of Ocean. LeBlanc doesn't quite work like that, can only go in for one target at a time, pick somebody out, get out, and have that nice 4v5 situation. But then Aurelia, who can literally force a team to send multiple members and offset a fight in that way. But Metaphor getting some nice kills here. I mean, I think a lot of them have been granted him on a silver platter for the most part. It's pretty easy. All you got to do is hit R and go in, but they are picking up kills onto the Soraka. She has the most deaths on the side of Infernal. They are targeting her, taking care of that excess healing early on in fights, denying access to that, and using the power that Nocturne has, setting up vision. So Ocean making some nice steps here to look pretty good here, actually. They set up at least that one control ward, had Nocturne sort of sifting through that side of the jungle and bring over that amount of power towards the top side. Infernal trying to answer by grouping mid here. Cannot deal with the wave clear that Ocean has on their side. There's not a lot of ways for them to pick things up quite easily. But we might have a fight going on. Hextap ultimatum used by Camille. Misty Stumpy does not have access to ulti. Used it maybe a moment ago. Forced to flash and get out of there. Does have access to Blast Cone. Diamond gonna have to try and run away, but engaged by Diamond on the backside. Jurassic trying to find his way into the fight. Nocturne ulti dropped. All pummeling onto Zin to take him out. Ocean, oh, Julian going in. Frozen Tomb dropped onto Strumpus. That Sivir is doing a lot of damage. Soraka falling down as well. LeBlanc out of there. Double kill going to Sivir. It is Tactical up on his own. Aatrox just going back to the base after barely surviving a fight from Camille. So that is a second tier turret for Ocean. And when they have a lead, they look pretty good for themselves. Starting to really flex their muscles here. And that is a 5-1 Sivir, a 4-0 Nocturne. Neither things anybody wants to deal with. Very dangerous territory. And this team fight composition really showing wonders for the type of meta that is within this tournament right now. The scouting grounds, where these teams that haven't been together for very long, they gotta pull together and figure out what they're gonna do in awkward situations and those split-second decisions. And the way that you best do that is having champions that have very telegraphed engagements. I mean, Nocturne, you hit ulti, clearly, I mean, every screen goes black and that says, oh, okay, we need to be sure that we're looking. X-Tech ultimatum, lock him in the baby cage. They can't get out. There's no go for that. Sivir, I mean, everybody else just follows up. What does Infernal have to answer that? Nothing. They don't have any way to engage a fight. All they can do is go in between the LeBlanc and Zin, and we saw Zin plenty of times last game go in. I mean, maybe get a kill and then just die. But here we have, speaking about going in, Nocturne going in on the top side. 2v1, 3v1 situation. Easily able to take out LeBlanc, who went out way too far. Strumpus, maybe too confident from his previous game on Aurelia. Starting to get caught out a little too many times here. And we see the power on the side of Ocean and that Infernal's trying to respect. They do not want to touch that Sivir or get close. Giving lane priority over to Sivir and Alistar. Some scuffles going on this bottom side, and appreciating that both the Aatrox and Camille trying to show their power in lane. And Camille down 4 kills, but we already saw her get pretty close to taking out Misty Stumpy. But Misty Stumpy does have access to ulti right now, and might be thinking about going pretty hard on the Camille here. But Julian going in, Frozen Tomb getting dropped. Ezreal going to be the first target to fall here. Xin likely the next. They're going for a second tier turret here, or at least a second turret dive. Not going to go any further on that. But handing over more pressure to Ocean, getting another turret on their side, and only a single turret picked up. But now we have Infernal going hard onto Aetheress, not able to CC him enough. Sort of showing the issues with Infernal's side. They just do not have the damage to even single out a target right now. But Sivir going up too far. Jurassic, you got caught out, man. You were the carry of the team, and you went too far. Diamond going to take the fall, pull the attention of Infernal. We see a teleport on the backside, though. Ezreal trying to get in position. Not going to find anybody. Did have Iceborne Gauntlet and potentially slow somebody down. Going for that flank. Instead, Infernal's going to look towards Baron after having achieved this 3v5 situation. No access to ultimates except Hextech. No, actually, Nocturne Ultimate and Hextech Ultimatum are available, but Ocean don't look to be wanting to try this out. They're just going to push the wave in as much as they can. Metaphor, though, working over. They do not have any vision. May try and slow down some bases here. But here's Julian, though. Misty Stumpy very comfortable with dealing with Julian. And Julian actually might be the one getting caught out. Frozen Tomb used Nocturne going in to provide support and get the shutdown onto Aatrox. A little scary situation there for Julian, but did have the support of his team. So Nocturne 5-0, looking pretty strong for himself. We got another dragon spawning here. Gonna find out what that is in a short moment, because as usual, it just shows you in the top left corner. It's what you think is an Infernal Drake, and it's not. And because they're over those champions, oh, okay, it's a Mountain Drake. So a little bit better than the Cloud Drake. I mean, I respect the Cloud Drake and all, but the Infernal and Mountain are the moneymakers of the Rift, so let's not kid ourselves here. And Mountain Drake, though, in the pockets of Ocean, although they may not have Baron, because they have control of the waves and they took that time to push in each wave and sort of bouncing back, making sure that those waves are in, they're slowing Infernal down quite a bit. And Aatrox does not have teleport or Baron, so that's really going to slow Infernal down quite a bit. They're not going to have that option to act as a split pusher and answer any potential side teleports. I don't know if they've been tracking it or not. I mean, Camille and Julian's are both down, but they are not going to have that pushing power behind Misty Stumpy. And Misty Stumpy maybe thinking about being cute, seeing if Camille moved up too far or something. Like that. For Ezreal, though, we have got that Manamune fully stacked, working on that second tier. Get Seraph's Embrace to keep himself a little bit safer here. Work off the different scalings that Ezreal has in his back pocket. And even here, we see Lissandra pushing up considerably far on the bottom side and might actually able to get that turret, because it doesn't look like anybody's interested in going that. Instead, Infernal are just going to group as 5, use the Baron that they have against the 1-3-1 that Ocean has set up. But a second tier turret going over to Lissandra, and I don't think Lissandra has too many reasons to leave this situation. I'm going to just aim to get that turret. Infernal do have reduced base timers, but instead Infernal look like they're just going to stay here and just try and punch through Ocean's base. Ocean actually making the considerable misplay. That's 3 turrets in a row, and you're going to hand over an inhibitor as well, but both sides really committing to the bit that they've taken. And Infernal really forcing the issue and might be thinking about just trying to end the game. We finally see Lissandra react here and teleport to base, but they've lost so much. Now they got to take the time and try and slow it down so that Camille has an opportunity to get the inhibitor on the side of Infernal. Aatrox working on basing back on the side, but that does not have access to Baron buff. So we do have a trade for 2 inhibitors, but was that worth it? Although, I mean, admittedly, like, Ocean does have 2 inhibitors open without a turret, so if a very strange situation set up here. It's Ocean, I guess, as long as they start a fight, they'll be beating the Baron buff here. And I mean, I always prefer a side wave to have its inhibitor down versus the mid lane. Mid lane, much smaller lane, easier to deal with. I mean, you have a Sivir on your side, you can just send her there, keep throwing out boomerang blades, clear the waves relatively fast versus Infernal that don't have a lot of wave clear right now. And with that inhibitor down in the side wave, you can just keep pushing past those super minions mid, send someone over on your side, either the Camille, Lissandra, both have access to teleport. Looks like Camille's going to have it sooner. Send them over and push simultaneously towards those open inhibitors and keep teetering between those lanes as the super minions on the top side start pushing in, or bottom side, depending on which inhibitor or side inhibitor you got. So this might actually be in favor, or a strange deficit to take on, or just issue from take on that mid inhibitor and committing to that. But I mean, it might just work out for them. Aethros gonna have to get away from that. But as we see the pressure from mid, although the 4-man squad got pushed back, we see Lissandra on the bottom side, and now Infernal have to go and answer that. And now we see Infernal having to split up their ranks and try and protect their inhibitor. But now we see Julian going in on the backside. Frozen Tomb use on Ezreal, going to QSS that right away, or cleanse that, I should say. Xin already engaged, and he's going to be dying, trying to run away. Camille going to pick that up on the backside. Nocturne dead, first death of the game for himself. Misty Stumping doing what he can, getting a lot of damage out. He does have access to G and his ultimate. Lissandra going in, trying to get additional damage. He's going to be respawning one more time. And Julian not able to get that kill. Alistair, though, going on in onto Strumpus. Sivir doing a lot of damage, but getting very low there for a second. Almost falling, taking a lot of burst damage, but not falling just yet. We do have super minions onto Infernal's base on the backside that they're going to have to deal with. And because, as a result of that little skirmish there and the super minions hitting that backside turret and actually causing one to fall, Ocean able to pick up an additional inhibitor. So in favor, the map in favor of them right now. We have a dragon spawning here shortly, and followed by the Baron, is going to give Ocean the perfect chance to close this game out. We may not want to focus the dragon out right away, depends on what it is. I hope that we can like pan over the Lissandra just for a moment. It really just does drive me insane that if I just knew what that was, could speculate about the pressure that either side may want to go for. So looks like, though, regardless of that dragon talk, we are going to be going to a game 3. What happened here? What went wrong? I think Infernal going to be looking for a much different composition, go for something a bit more team oriented, less individual pressure. It was almost the LeBlanc and Xin champions that Ocean picked up that did not provide a lot. We do see that LeBlanc did get a few kills. We saw LeBlanc get a few kills last time, but not able to weave into those fights well enough. And Ocean just have so many ways to engage so much more easily than Infernal, versus Infernal, who have the ability to engage their own suicide. I mean, it's just what we saw over and over again from Sir Kenji. I mean, from Metaphor last game. Jumping in, Stark's engage, gets off, and then you're gone. Maybe you kill somebody that's just oh so unlikely. And with the split pressure on the map and a True Shot Barrage going out, Infernal do now know that Baron is getting taken, and they cannot do a thing about it. They're handing that over to Ocean. Aethros doing what he can on the bottom side to act as a distraction. Ocean, complete control of the game. They got one more inhibitor to take down. That top inhibitor should be respawning here pretty shortly. But if they get... Thank you, Voice of the Rift, for informing the timer on that. If all 3 of those inhibitors are down, that is a death sentence, quite usually, for the other squad, and without any wave clear, that is going to be nearly impossible. See it turning into a 1-4. Camille trying to push up a wave on the bottom side. Push Ocean towards that last remaining inhibitor. Actually, the other inhibitor just respawned. And swinging towards top side to bring that minion wave into their base. So Infernal definitely going to be looking to make an easier team fight composition for their side. Make it so that they don't have to have anybody doing hero plays and getting so far ahead. Game just extended on for too long. And Ocean actually getting things to go right for them. Metaphor finally getting a champion that was able to snowball. Aetheros on his own right now. Lysandra, though, here coming in on the backside. Aatrox getting pretty low, caught in the baby cage. Frozen Tomb getting dropped down onto Julian. Gonna be getting very close to falling from Ezreal, though. We see Aatrox finally falling from Metaphor. Only 4 members remaining. Oh, Jurassic picking up the kill onto Xin here. The remaining members of Infernal trying to hide in their base. We see LeBlanc on the backside, but not able to return to the fight to do any more. And so, off to a game 3 for Ocean versus Infernal Day 2. And anyways, as far as that cast goes, that was I definitely fizzled out on the energy levels there. Gotta figure out ways to be more exciting when there's more downtime and things that I may not be too privy to. Also, for team fights, I need to just stop saying, on the backside. I think I'm using those as crutches more than anything. On the back, there it goes on the backside. Oh, la 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 la. I just need to say, Xin Zhao is engaging. Xin for the engage. Maybe just say Xin instead of saying Xin Zhao. I think I trip up when I'm trying to. Xin Zhao. Zhao. It's just too of a word to say fast. Could just say Xin. That's what everybody else does. It makes sense. Why wouldn't you? Anyways, as I continue to improve myself. Oh, and I need to stop saying I mean. I'm using it as like my Terrible. But anyways, thanks for listening. Catch you next time. Bye.